On this episode of Hornet News Now, we take a look at our school's K-9 retirement send-off.
Also, we see a behind-the-scenes point of view of Hornet Media.
Plus, we'll introduce you to our teacher spotlight, Coach Watson.
All of that and more on this episode of Hornet News Now. Welcome to this week's episode of Hornet News Now. I'm Sydney Morgan.
And I'm Hannah Rudnick.
Lucy's Place in Central Arkansas is seeking donations for homeless young adults until December 6th. Items requested include hygiene products, gently used blankets, camping gear, backpacks, socks, underwear, and baby wipes. Make sure to drop off boxes outside of rooms 327 and 110 in Building 10.
During the second 9 weeks, all advisory classes will be having a competition to fill the nest. The nest is an on-campus food, personal hygiene, and clothing closet. Bring requested items to your advisory teacher by December 8th.
Tonight is the first home playoff football game happening at Hornet Stadium against Rogers. Kickoff is set for 7 p.m. The theme for the game is PJs. We will have more about the football team later on in sports.
In the TV production classes, we focus on telling stories around campus, but you may wonder how that happens. Nevaeh S. Robinson takes us behind the scenes of Hornet Media.
Hornet Media is in its second year of production, with this being the fourth teen show put out within a year and a half. Nick Gibbs has been a part of the program since his sophomore year, and he's one of the off-air members who plays an important role.
I am a technical director and studio coordinator. I switch the cameras, I load graphics, I roll videos, and I also make sure the studio's set before we go and record something.
It's a long process to making sure a good show is put together and ready to air.
You gotta make sure that the stories are all written out, you gotta make sure they're all edited, you gotta make sure the packages are all put together, you gotta make sure all the graphics and the TriCaster are put in, all the videos are done, and then the studio, you gotta make sure the lights are right, audio's right.
Carson Hobson has also been a part of the crew since the beginning and has seen what Hornet Media really is during her time as a part of the program.
It's a broadcast journalism program. We release monthly, weekly, a few live shows, and it's a collaborative program.
Carson has been a part of journalism before, but last year she decided to take on a different challenge.
I'm one of the executive producers. I also anchor for the monthly show, and I report on the weekly show, and I kind of do whatever needs to be done. I want to become a part of the program because it was something really interested me. I've always done journalism since middle school, and so this was something that I never had the opportunity to do. And it was just a cool new class.
Hornet Media works to help other people by keeping them informed, but being a part of the team has also helped the crew.
Just social skills in general, like how to work with people who I may have not even talked to beforehand, because sometimes you're just thrown in on a project with someone and you might not even have a class together, and you get to talk to teachers, students, and just people in the Bryant community that you've never spoken to before. And it's really helpful, and it's helpful for anyone who's on it.
For Hornet Media, I'm Nevaeh S. Robinson.
Thanks, Nevaeh. Sydney, I had to miss our guest speaker on Monday because I was recording a segment for the monthly show.
Yeah, you missed out on THV 11's Brooke Buckner.
Well, let's find out what I missed. Here's Hornet Media reporter Carson Hobson.
THV 11 news reporter Brooke Buckner stopped by the Bryant High School campus and spoke to roughly 150 students about getting involved in news production.
I started in high school. That's where I started learning more about the field and what I was actually getting into. And then I expanded on it in college, obviously. I majored in multimedia journalism at Arkansas State University.
Buckner encourages students to take internship opportunities when pursuing a career in newscasting,
because that's where you'll probably learn the most. You're shadowing real reporters, you're shadowing, producers and directors, everyone in the business, and it's just different than learning out of a textbook or listening to lectures.
As a guest speaker in the Difference Maker series, she is proud to impact students at Bryant High School.
I wanted to make a difference and be a voice for people, and that's exactly what I'm doing today.
For Hornet Media, I'm Carson Hobson.
With so many organizations on campus, we are adding a new feature to our show. With our first club spotlight, here's Hayden Knowlton.
Here at Bryant High School, clubs are frequently promoted around the school, one including FBLA. FBLA holds frequent meetings along with off-campus activities. Ms. Harrell, the head of the school club, has been involved with the club since her high school years.
FBLA stands for Future Business Leaders of America, and it's basically a club where you take business and learning the principles of management and things like that, topics, and merging them with leadership and learning how to integrate those into your school community and community outside of school.
Competitions are a big part of FBLA, as they hold a variety of options to compete in.
We have over 77 different events at the district, state, and national levels. So you can do an objective test event, which you have 60 minutes and you take a 100-question multiple choice test on different topics like accounting, agribusiness, client service, things like that.
For Hornet Media, I'm Hayden Norton.
Earlier this month, our school's K-9 resource officer, Maya, officially retired from duty. With more, here's Sophia Merle.
Having Maya as a service dog on the Bryant High School campus has been nothing short of a blessing the past 4 years.
It's hard not to smile when she walks in the room, and Officer Winkler always would, if she wasn't working, would always let us pet her and talk to her, and she even did a few tricks, and it just made you know, anytime you saw her, you just went away happy. So we're definitely going to miss her.
Oh, she's just a clown. She loves everybody, and I'm pretty sure everybody loves her.
Officer Winkler, who's Maya's handler, tells us more about what Maya likes to do the most.
She's just so enthusiastic on chasing balls. She'll want to play with them all day, and she'll sit by herself on the floor and play with them. She just loves riding around. She'll sit there and look at everything all day. She's like a bird watcher.
After Maya's retirement, she will be residing with Officer Winkler and his family.
I wish her the best in retirement. I know Officer Winkler loves her and his family loves her, and she's going to live a wonderful life.
For Hornet Media, I'm Sophia Merle.
Thanks, Sophia, for that report. While we no longer have Maya in the district, we do have a new addition.
Bryant Junior High recently added the district's first therapy dog.
The dog, Archie, will help greet students and spend time with them for reading, rewards, and recognition.
He will also help lessen anxiety in small groups on campus.
I hope he makes a trip to the high school.
Me too. I can't imagine how great that'll be for students.
When we come back, we have our teacher and student spotlight interviews.
Stay with us. You're watching Hornet News Now.
Hey Hornets, follow us on Instagram at Hornet News Now to stay connected with all things related to the Hornet Media program. To find episodes of Hornet News Now, The Bryant Buzz, and additional content, subscribe to our YouTube channel, Bryant High School Hornet Media. Need even more entertainment? Listen to the all-new Hornet Media podcast. The show features in-depth discussion and interviews about what's happening on the Bryant High School campus. Search What's Happening Hornets, available now on Spotify and Apple Podcasts.
Welcome back to the show. I'm Sydney Morgan.
And I'm Hannah Rudnick. It's time for our student spotlight. Here's Haley Calhoun.
Our student spotlight this week is sophomore Jaden Welch. He is a three-sport athlete at Bryant.
I've been doing basketball my whole life. I've been playing football since 7th grade, and track I just started this year.
Even though he just recently joined the track team, last spring he set a new school record with the height of 6 foot 3 inches in high jump.
I feel like track is the easiest because you get to do whichever one you want to, which event, and whichever one you're good at, you just go with that one.
Jaden plays cornerback for the football team, and like the rest of the team, he's preparing for the playoffs. Jaden said math is his favorite subject since he's a visual learner. He also helps the TV production class with the Buck James Show. He wants to eventually be a Division I athlete, but is undecided on which sport he will play. For Hornet Media, I'm Haley Calhoun.
Thanks, Haley. Now on to Chelsea for our teacher spotlight.
For this week's teacher spotlight, we are showcasing Coach Watson. He teaches AP regular psychology and abnormal psychology.
Regular psychology talks about how things are supposed to work, and abnormal is when things go wrong.
Coach Watson has one piece of advice he always wants his students to remember.
To be kind to everyone because you don't know what someone else is going through.
He is known around campus for how he utilizes social media to spread his message inside and outside the classroom.
It started, I've always put a quote of the day up on the board, and I had former students come and tell me they missed the quote of the day, so I started putting it on social media because a lot of my former students still follow the page.
You can find Coach Watson on Instagram at Coach Watson BHS. For Hornet Media, I'm Chelsea Jensen.
Coach Watson is definitely our campus celebrity. Next up, MJ Ferguson asked students about their Thanksgiving traditions.
Students around Bryant High School are getting ready for Thanksgiving break, so let's see how they celebrate it. So what's your favorite Thanksgiving side dish?
Gotta be the mashed potatoes. I love the mashed potatoes. They're really tasty.
Probably mashed potatoes. I don't know if it's really Thanksgiving food, but my mom makes every Thanksgiving and it's really good, so.
Mac and cheese, most diff.
So what are your plans for Thanksgiving?
I'm just going to hang out with family, chill at home, take a break from school, have a little workouts at home. It'll be chill.
Practicing. It's fun. Also watching the Cowboys lose.
What are you most thankful for?
I'm most thankful for just people, everyone that's around me. I have a lot of good people surrounding me in my life.
Hope everybody has a great Thanksgiving break. Now back to you, Hannah and Sydney.
Thanks, MJ.
Hey, Hannah, what's your favorite Thanksgiving tradition?
I guess mine would have to be the fact that my family's Thanksgiving isn't really traditional. We don't have the turkey, we don't have the ham.
I have all that. The turkey's my favorite part. Well, all right, as we told you earlier, the football team is at home this week for the playoffs. With sports, here's Taylor Dishinger.
Thanks, Hannah and Sydney. The Bryant Hornets football team begins the 7A playoffs tonight as they host Rogers. Bryant was off last week in the opening round, but the week prior completed an undefeated regular season with a win over Conway. With more on that, here's Grant Johnson.
Saturday night, the Bryant Hornets claimed the 7A Central title with a 34-16 win over the Conway Wampus Cats. The win capped off an undefeated 9-0 season heading into the playoffs on November 18th. After the defense forced a quick 3-and-out, return man Drake Fowler helped set up the first Bryant Hornets touchdown with a long return down to the Conway 19-yard line. On Bryant's first offensive play, quarterback Jordan Walker found Chris Ganaway wide open for a 19-yard touchdown. Conway would add a pair of field goals on their next two drives to make it 7-6. Bryant with 7:04 remaining in the first. Conway finished out the scoring in the first on a Donovan Amalo 2-yard touchdown run, leaving the four-time defending state champions trailing 13-7 after one quarter. Bryant started to roll in the second quarter, outscoring Conway 14-3. Jordan Walker recorded a 3-yard touchdown run with 11:21 to play in the second to go 14-13. Walker lobbed up a pass to Carter Radley for 6, who led the way with 44 receiving yards and one of the 2 receiving touchdowns on the night. This then got the Bryant Hornets fired up going into the third quarter. In the third, Stephen Fuller connected on a 34-yard field goal to give Bryant a 24-16 lead. He added another 34-yard field goal with 7:51 remaining in the fourth. James Martin sealed the victory with a 1-yard rushing touchdown with 2:12 remaining in the fourth. There were a total of 11 turnovers in the game. Bryant's defense forced 4 fumbles and 3 interceptions. Tyler Mosley finished the game with 6 tackles, 2 sacks, and 2 fumble recoveries. Bryant now has the week off and will open the playoffs at home against the winner of Rogers and Northside. For Hornets Media, I'm Grant Johnson.
Thanks, Grant. Bryant could end up playing Conway again next week. If Bryant beats Rogers, they will take on the winner of Fayetteville and Conway the Friday after Thanksgiving. Kickoff against Rogers is set for 7 p.m. Also, congratulations to swimmers Jace Gladden, Aiden Shaw, Ethan Eubanks, and Colin Thompson for setting a new record of 1 minute 44 seconds in the 200-yard medley relay. That's a look at sports. Hannah and Sydney, back to you.
Thanks, Taylor and Grant. Now to wrap up the show, here's Mitchell Elmore with the weather forecast.
Thank you, Hannah and Sydney. Today is Friday, which means we are going to see lows of 27 and highs of 46 degrees. Now, it is going to be partially cloudy today and tomorrow, but chances of rain are significantly low. On Saturday, the temps do get a bit cooler with lows of 24, but later on in the afternoon, it will get warmer, reaching up to 50 degrees. On Sunday, finally, we'll get to see some sun with highs of 47 and lows of 25 degrees. Now, if you are planning to wake up this weekend, I do recommend eating a breakfast burrito.
That's a good one.
Thanks, Mitchell. That's our show. You can keep up to date with Hornet Media programming by following us online.
On our YouTube channel at Bryant High School, Hornet Media, and on Instagram at Hornet News Network.
Plus, don't forget you can watch the Bryant football games produced by Hornet Media at BryantAthletics.com. Thanks for watching. I'm Sydney Morgan.
And I'm Hannah Rudnick. Have a great rest of your day.